Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and today, here we are on the Astral Express, next to Pom Pom and friends, where it is finally Star Rail's 1 year anniversary. You know, if we take a look over here at our mail, we finally received our 10 free wishes for a year of Star Rail. You know, this channel started with Star Rail. I am recording this on the 26th, so basically the day of the anniversary. But this video will be going out on the 28th because, I mean, first of all, I have an Chino video coming out on the 26th. But second of all, because of this channel's first ever video was recorded on, or uploaded on April 28th, and that was my Bronya rerolling series. And then sort of shortly after we had the Zila rerolling video. And from there is sort of where the channel started until the Jingli video about 6 months ago. And in the last 6 months, where we have gained over 500 subs and over 90,000 views. And the support on some of our last videos, especially with the Blade video and the Event Dream videos, have been completely insane. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone so much for the support. So yeah, that's enough yapping from me. Once again, thank you to everyone. But, you know, let's claim our rewards first and foremost. And obviously, the main thing we're going to be doing in this video is going through our characters, although I thought I might as well, you know, show off quickly. Obviously, this is a free-to-play account with no money spent on it whatsoever. I've also never wished on a Litecoin banner. If I show you quickly, as you can see, the only 5-star Litecoins we have here are either standard or from the Herta store. And, I mean, you know, just some other miscellaneous stuff. I mean, you know, every region 100%ed. Other than Penacony, where we have the first few areas 100%ed, and then I have 3 areas to go, which I'll probably knock out before the 2.2 version comes out, so that we can get a few extra wishes for whoever comes out. So yeah, we're sitting at about 45 wishes right now after the Adventure and Summons videos. But yeah, I mean, you know, let's start off by taking a look at the characters that we do owe and the one that we don't owe. So we have 40 out of 47 characters in the game. We have all of the standard 5 stars. Obviously, for those of you who do know, a quite long-running series on my channel was me trying to get Bronya, especially when it comes to the shorts on this channel. Quite a lot of them were to do with Bronya, but yeah, we didn't get her until we hit the 300 on the character selector, and yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. There's a whole video on that and the insanely bad luck and great luck we had when it comes to getting Bronya. I won't spoil, but yeah, when it comes to the characters we don't have Topaz, Jingyuan, Fuxuan, Huahua, Argenti, Ruanmei, or Sparkle. I am considering putting one of Ruanmei or Sparkle when they rerun, although I'm not sure yet. Probably will not be putting Argenti, Jingyuan, probably not Topaz or Huahua, Fuxuan, since, you know, I have a fair amount of DPS and sustainers. But yeah, those are the characters we are dealing with. I do have every 4-star in the game, especially after Hanya decided to be a pain in the backside. But, you know, we did finally get her. She's like E1 now. But yeah, how about we start going through some of the characters, and let's start off with the first limited 5-star that we pulled, and that was obviously Zila. So, I mean, I doubt many of you would have seen the Zila summoning video. Basically what happened was I was re-rolling accounts, and on my second go, in my first temple, I got the Zila. And, you know, her build has stayed mostly the same for quite a while. She's on 70 crit, 173 crit damage with 121 speed, 3000 attack on this light cone. Traces are basically maxed out, and she's on the quantum set. I'll be honest, my pieces aren't amazing. I just wanted to make sure I hit minimum 121 speed, and then go for then I prioritize the 70 crit rate and the crit damage. As you guys can see, especially my sphere isn't amazing, and that's actually a common theme on most of my spheres on this account. They're not amazing, and then, like I said, all my characters are E0 when it comes to the limited 5 stars. I should point out there are also videos of me summoning for the likes of, you know, Jingyuan, Silverwolf, Locha early on, and those were mostly from my second account, which I will log on to for a bit near the end of the video. But, you know, let's just focus on our character builds for the time being. And then, let's see, after Zila, the next character we pulled was the one and only mascot of this channel. And also, thank you for the insane support on the Blade video. But yeah, 1 phase, 6 speed, 54 crit, which does go up to 70 crit to 163 crit damage with the Secret Vow Light Cone. Fully maxed out traces because, obviously, if you know me, you know I love Blade. On his best in Start Artifact set, although I am looking to change his build due to comments on the Lost Blade video. What I didn't realize is that nowadays Rutilant Arena is his best in slot relic set, especially when playing with Bronya. So I do plan on changing him to that as soon as I can get good enough substats to justify making the change, just making sure I hit the 70 crit rate, and then making sure my speed stays the same so I can continue to play with Bronya the way I do. Speaking of that, I might as well just move on to Bronya. 134 speed, so just the minimum so that we can have her go after our DPSs like Jingliu, whose build we'll move on to shortly, 201 crit damage on her signature icon. But yeah, now after Blade obviously came Kafka, and yeah, the thing is, I have very much run out of Nihility icons. This is a permastay on my Black Swan. Pela will sometimes take this if I need Eyes of the Prey on someone else, but I'm not using Pela, although I often do. So yeah, we are kind of running short on Nihility icons. I don't really want to level up Famata that much, so she is just on a stat stick so that she has a little bit of attack and HP. So, don't judge. Traces are mostly maxed out. I do have some materials to get these further up, but the problem is I am slowly running out of Tracks of Destiny, and I want to save that for any new characters coming out. We do have her on the new, well, I say new, it's been out for a while. We do have her on the dot set. Once again, plain ornaments. They're just here to get the job done for the most part. And yep, I mean, EHR as well on Kafka, phase 6. I actually think that's too much. I think you only need 22 for Kafka, but yeah, I mean, after Kafka obviously was when things started getting insane. That's when we decided to go for Dunhung. The two characters who I really played this game for at the start were Blade and Dunhung. Then I also saw Kafka, and that added her to the list. And then, after that, we just had banger release after banger release. I mean, after Dunhung, we have Jingliu, who we will be moving on to next. 2.4k attack, 138 speed, 71 crit damage, 132. 71 crit rate, 132 crit damage. Imagine 130 crit rate. Would require an insane person. But, yeah, Traces, fully maxed out, is on the Musketeer set, which now that I'm looking at, really looks like it suits Bootle in terms of aesthetic, not in terms of stats. But yeah, we don't run him on the Imaginary set just because I don't like not being able to guarantee the full effects of the set. I know in some situations the debuff set will be better on him depending on who you're playing with. And we don't talk about the crit rate body because it is painful to this day. Although, the helmet and the gloves are pretty nice on him as well. And then, like I said, Jingliu comes afterwards. Now, I do actually have two Jingliu builds. This is a build I use more for when it's not a single boss. For example, when it comes to Aventurine, I have a different build where I would steal Dunhung's Lycon and then swap the chases around so that we have 35 crit rate. But then this is just set up so that we have 24 crit rate from this, 26 from this, so that makes 50 plus 50 from a bonus. So that this turns into 100 crit rate plus 225 crit damage. And yeah, 2.5k attack. Traces, leveled up, who cares about basic attack, on the ice set. I feel like probably my Jingliu has the best relics themselves, plain enrollments. We don't talk about the sphere whatsoever, we pretend it does not exist because that is better for my mental health. And I'm drawing a blank on who we got after Jingliu. Right, I did skip over Silverwolf, but that's because I forgot she released earlier. However, I got Silverwolf on her rerun when trying to wish for Hanya, which was very much a painful experience, if I say so myself. But, yep, that was quite something. Eyes of the Prey, just for the effect rate. Traces mostly leveled up, speed and quantum, and E0 once again. And then after Silverwolf is when we started going into the 2.0 characters, where, we have Black Swan, 156 speed, just making sure she goes before our Kafka, 2.6k attack, making sure we have the 108 effect hit rate that you really want on her. Traces fully maxed out, like I said, Eyes of the Prey. On the dot set, plain enrollments are whatever, they get the job done. And E0 on her as well, like every single character. But yeah, I mean, this is when stuff started getting insane. I mean, for example, I remember, obviously, this was an insanely lucky pull because first Temple won our 50-50. Then we hard pitied for Blade, both lost the 50-50 to someone, I don't know. The videos are all up on my channel, but yeah. I mean, we lost the Blade 50-50. Then I summoned for Fushuen, lost that 50-50, so we guaranteed ourselves a Jingliu. And then I summoned for Huohuo, lost that 50-50, so I had a guarantee for Silverwolf, even though that was an accident. But then after Black Swan is when stuff really started getting insane, because we won our Black Swan 50-50, then Acheron comes out, she's the next character we pull for, 3.6k attack, 116 speed, 50 crit rate, 175 crit damage. Obviously there is a new light cone coming out for her as the 2.2 life stream just said, but Unfortunately, it's a gotcha Lightcon. I was really hoping it was going to be an event Lightcon but yeah, unfortunately not. And then Trace is mostly leveled up. Relics, I mean, if we've had quite a few Akron videos pop up on the channel, so you're probably familiar with the build, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. And then after Akron, we also won our Aventurine. We wished for Luocha after that. He is my character with the most speed built on this account. 162, 2.6k on the Effect Resolite Cone. And Traces are, I mean, you don't need to level up his Traces all the way because he just does so much healing that it's insane. Yep, that's the build for Luocha. And then we also won our Aventurine 50-50 most recently. That video also popped up, so thank you guys so much for the support. Like I said, I mean, in the last week, we've gained like 90 subs and gone like an insane amount of views. So, and the Blade video became our most viewed video on the channel. So like I said, just thank you guys so much for the support over all the videos I've made over the course of the last year. It really means a lot. And yeah, I mean, here's our Aventurine. Our Aventurine is on a bit of a silly build because he does have 57 effect hit rate to make sure that we do get the burn off on the enemies. So yes, say what you will. We do have a couple of builds with him. I will be trying out a follow-up build when the new Pure Fiction comes out, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe. 137 speed, just to make sure he goes fast enough, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's Aventurine, you know how he is. Like I said, we do have a couple of builds with him. I have a pure shield bot build, I have a follow-up attack build, but I don't want to waste too much time in this video. And yeah, those are all of the limited characters we have pulled. Obviously, we do have other characters. You know, we have Bailu. She is E0. Trace is mostly leveled up. You know, I'm not really gonna use Bailu much nowadays. Japad we can still use sometimes, depending on the content. If I'm using two, you know, teams with low HP pools, then maybe I will use Japad over Luocha, even though to some that seems inexcusable. But yeah, he is E1. Unfortunately, this was really painful. I would have preferred having his Lightcon than his E1, but, you know, I guess it is what it is. I am also starting on building Himiko. I completely forgot I was in the process of doing this. I just like having her as an option for Pure Fiction. She is actually one of the very few standard DPS characters I have built, other than, you know, the only ones I really have built are Bronya, Japad, Bailu, and now Himiko. I'd say those are probably the four most useful ones. You know, I need to level up the Lycon, although we do have her signature Lycon on Herta. I will be going through some of my 4-star builds shortly. Like I said, yeah, Traces are still a work in progress, but I will work to get those done eventually. I do have some pieces on the follow-up set, you know, borrowing some which I would otherwise be using on Aventurine, but yeah, that's the build in progress. We also do have Yanqing, E1. He was the first ever 5-star I pulled on this account. He is E1. We also do have his Lightcon on the account. But yeah, he's mostly been abandoned. Clara is also E1. I remember that was a very painful summon. I think that was why I lost the 4-4-50-52. Welt, I will build one day, although that day is not today. Like I said, he is entirely naked, but luckily he is E1. And then, you know, sort of Mars 7th, Natasha, these were characters I was using in the early game. Asta, I still do use as a support in my dot teams. I would sometimes use her as a support in other situations as well. But, you know, not really much nowadays outside of dot, since we have other good supports. Sampo, I will use sometimes, you know, rarely. You know, if it's like a dot team, but there's a wind weakness, I might use him instead of Asta sometimes, but that's about it. He is E6 though. Herta obviously is E6. You know, built fairly well for Pure Fiction. She has been a great help in Pure Fiction, has been very much appreciated. And yeah, so that's our Herta. Tingyon, obviously a mainstay. Our Tingyon, after a year, is only E2, so, you know, not the greatest, although she is on Dance Dance Dance, which is always nice. Trace is mostly leveled up, and then just speed and attack. Pela, also built here for, you know, just survivability. She is E6. You know, I mostly play her with Jingliu and Akron, so E4 is nice to have, and she is on the before the tutorial mission starts for the 2-turn ult cycle. And yeah, those are most of the character builds. I mean, like I said, I have every single 4-star in the game, although most of these are leveled up. These I just leveled up for the free wish, basically. And yeah, I mean, this is just kind of a massive throwback. I mean, Hook, I have never touched, or Arlen, or Shui, or Misha, but I mean, you know, Danheng was cool when he first came out. Sushang, you know, Saval, I absolutely loved. I love her design. Although I must have got like a million copies of her. Hanya, you know, was a pain for me to get. Gallagher's probably my favorite 4-star in the game, I'd say, outside of Danheng, because I mean Danheng's just an icon, like I said. He's one of the reasons why I downloaded the game. Actually, the way I got into Star Rail was I first I was on the Hoylab website, and then I was changing my profile picture and I saw 4-star Danheng, and I was like, what Hoyoverse game is this? And then I looked up Honkai Star Rail. That's how I found out about the CBTs. I saw Danheng, I saw Blade, and I was like, you know what? Yes, I have to play this game. And then I saw Kafka, and it's history from there. That's how we got to where we are today. So yeah, I think that's most things to show off for the account. I mean, there's not much else I can really show off. So what next for the account? I mean, Boot Hill's coming out soon. I might be summoning for him. We'll see. Sunday will be coming out eventually. I don't think I'm going to be wishing for Jade, although, I don't know. There's only one way to find out. I forget who's coming out alongside. Oh, right, Sam. Will I be pulling for Sam? I don't know. We'll see. I have a lot of destruction characters already. But yeah. You know what? I think that's it for this account. So what I will quickly do is I will quickly show off the other account where I have done some of my summons on and what state that account's in, even though I barely play on it. And then after that, we will wrap up the video. So yeah, I will see you guys in a second. Alright, and here we are on the second account, just somewhere completely random. It's Trailblaze65, I've mostly abandoned this account. Let's just collect the free 10 pulls. Basically what I do with this account is whenever a version starts, I'll log in for like the first week, collect the Stellar Reunion, collect all the 10 free Jades from the version, and then I'll log off. So yeah, I mean, we have like 80 pulls saved up, well, 90 now. So, we'll pull a character on this account eventually. But, I'm not going to go through character builds here, although I will just quickly show off the characters we do own. We do have a Himiko. She is E1 and has her light con, so, that's kind of insane. We did pull for Topaz on this account, though, just because I was bored and I wanted to pull a character, and I couldn't on my main, so I decided to pull Topaz on here. And, that's nice, considering the fact that we also have a free Doctor ratio. I did also pull for Jing Yuan on this account as well. Jing Yuan pulled... Actually, no, was Yanqing my first... Actually, I think Yanqing was my first 5-star on this account, and then on the other account it was Clara, I think, although I might be mistaken. So, yeah, I mean, we've pulled for Topaz, we pulled for Blade, we pulled for Mei. That was the most popular video on my channel until the Blade video, which just recently came out. So, yeah, that's sort of just cool to show off this part of the account. It's something people rarely see. Although, like I said, I will be pulling another character on it somewhat soon. Just depends whichever character I decide to pull on it. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. Thank you all for watching. First 500,000 account. Sorry, one of the first 500,000 accounts on EU servers. I made this like at 6 in the morning, the day Star Rail released. So yeah. And then by the time I was re-rolling, there were already over 1 million players on Star Rail, which is why my UID starts with a 1 on the other account. But yeah, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Once again, thank you so much for the support over the last year. And, hopefully to an even better next year. I will see you guys in the next video. We have quite a few Alcino videos coming up, but there will also be a new Pure Fiction video coming out when that comes out soon. And then there will obviously be whatever summoning videos and whatever other videos I want to do in the meantime. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. See ya.